They've signed up for Afghanistan. But first, these soldiers have to fight their way through combat school.
We need to be the toughest, meanest motherfuckers in the battle space, and I'm relying on you as the individual soldiers to be that.
Months of hardcore rehearsals will test their smarts and their grit.
Move back!
Before they face the Taliban for real.
No mercy. No mercy.
Those who make it will take on the enemy in one of the deadliest war zones on Earth.
Good morning, Afghanistan.
Lieutenant Bravo 3-1, further, that contact was near a grid at 2, a 7, a 6, a 847.
This is what danger looks like.
All right, Bravo, let's scurry up there and keep in line with them.
Captain John Cox and his platoon are on a 6-month deployment to Afghanistan. Just 3 weeks in, they're about to face their first real test as warriors. They edge along the perimeter of this remote Afghan village, trying to keep a low profile. They suspect this could be an enemy stronghold.
Okay, what's gonna happen is we're gonna start pushing that way towards that contact. They're about 300 meters.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's starting to warm up a bit.
It's a sweat-wrenching 110 degrees. They're loaded down with almost half their weight in gear. And it's impossible to tell who is friend and who is out to kill you.
How come people in movies always make this look so easy?
Cox and his men are following in the footsteps of thousands of troops sent to Afghanistan since 2003. Members of an international coalition. The mission:
Okay, go.
defeat the insurgents and win the confidence of Afghan citizens without getting killed in the process. Many before them have. Hundreds of soldiers have lost their lives in this dirty desert war. The enemy has the home court advantage. And they're playing to win. And now, the soldiers of one platoon Mike Company must play to survive.
Let's get some people up for security on that side so you guys can go. Guys.
A huge responsibility for their commander, 25-year-old John Cox.
We're good, sir?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, check.
In order to get here, every one of these soldiers has endured some of the most advanced and grueling combat training in the world.
Come on, pop your head out so I could shoot you.
But most of these guys have never seen a real enemy until now.
Contact left!
On the left-hand side!
The are they shooting at?
Get on the ground!
What are you doing?
Stop the car!
Or Rodenizer?
John! What do you got over there?
What do you got?
9 months earlier, at their home base, the soldiers of Mike Company are introduced to the hard truths of battle.
You all right, buddy? Where are you hurt? How's your breathing?
In scenarios so real, they can taste it. This is where warriors are made.
Get in there, get in, you gotta fight your way in.
Warrant Officer Bruce Rodenizer, the platoon's second in command, has seen war on 3 continents. Tours of duty in Cyprus and Somalia, then Afghanistan in 2003. He knows the grim facts of combat.
Even if we do the right job, we're gonna lose men. If I can minimize those casualties, I will be happy.
"27 of the 40 men in this platoon have never seen war, including their commander.
I'm responsible for 40 guys at work, but I'm not just responsible for them at work. I'm responsible to them, I'm responsible to their families to make sure that they're trained properly so they can go over and do a job and that they'll come back safe.
He shows great promise as a leader, but like the others, he has to earn his way onto the battlefield.
Sorry, sir. And just get a couple more in. Get it out of your system.
Among the other combat rookies, Corporal Sam Miranda.
You're not gonna take me down.
Age 31, from Montreal.
My mom, she used to call me Ushkuyat. Ushkuyat in Italian means a mouse, always on the go.
Miranda hasn't told his mom he's signed up for Afghanistan.
I tell her that I passed the mop over here on my job. I don't tell her that I play with heavy weapons or I jump out of planes. So I gotta lie to her just to keep her happy.
So what are we gonna cover today? We're gonna talk about fear and how it affects your body. We're gonna talk about how it limits your actual ability to fight. There's going to be a point that if you don't think about killing now and creating your bulletproof mind, then you're gonna be thinking over there, and that can cause a lot of problems.
A new kind of classroom for a guy fresh out of university. Corporal Derek Pinozzo, age 23, majored in biophysics. He's traded in his textbooks for a combat rifle.
It's kind of scary when you think about it, but it's your job, right? I volunteered to do this. I'm not being forced to go to Afghanistan.
Pinozzo and his comrades are learning ahead of time what previous generations found out the hard way on the battlefield.
When you have a huge stress stimulus and you have something like combat, you may shit your pants. You may piss yourself. What do you need to do? You need to keep on fighting, because the threat that caused this reaction is still there. And if you don't kill it, then what you're going to be is dead with diarrhea running down your pants.
The next few weeks will humble the men of one platoon. They've already spent months training with their light armored vehicles. Learning to maneuver the 16-ton monster is one thing, but knowing how to maximize its firepower in a real war is a whole new learning curve. Everyone is under the microscope.
That objective area is live. There's enemy in there. We know they're there. We need to engage the gate. We need to engage the berm. We need to engage into the grape field.
Cox's boss, Major Cale Oberworth, commander of Mike Company.
When we're ready to dismount, the cannons have got to start firing. And that suppressive fire is what's going to make it possible for us to dismount in safety.
These soldiers are dearly important to me, and their lives are the most valuable thing that I'm responsible for.
A man of action and a born leader. Served in Bosnia, Africa, and Afghanistan. His next mission will be his first as company commander. So he's in training too, to prove he's ready to lead his soldiers into battle.
I take that responsibility very seriously. It is what I think about first thing when I wake up in the morning. It's the last thing I think about before I go to bed at night.
A commander rests easier when his soldiers are well-equipped and well-trained. But a lot of these guys are as green as their uniforms.
Oh, Bravo, get out!
Their first battle with live ammo will soon prove it's a good thing they aren't going to war tomorrow. Afghanistan is still months away. But Lieutenant John Cox and the men of 1 Platoon Mike Company are geared up for battle. Every exercise from here on is a rehearsal for what they'll face in the real war. Today's drill is basic. Fight as a mechanized platoon using live ammo for the first time.
When we get out, make sure you take that side, I'll take this side.
The scenario: they're entering a village full of Taliban. The test: Cox and his men will dismount from their light armored vehicles. Meanwhile, gunners inside the labs have to pound the area with